Welfare. It is Thursday, May 12th. I hope everybody is doing well and surviving the enormous amount of wind that we continue to have day in and day out. I wanted to come and let you guys know some decisions that have been made with some of our openings and a decision that's been made to give some extra support on the floor. So just to bring you guys into the process of how we get approval to fill positions, whenever we have an open position on a team, for whatever reason, supervisors and managers quickly huddle and get together and talk about the need to fill that position. And that generally comes through the lens of workload. We also talk about what we can anticipate the workload being due to any new mandates, what we're seeing in the community, what's going on at the state and federal level. That recommendation then comes to me and I take it to my senior leadership meeting, which occurs every Monday, at which point I asked either to fill the position, or if we don't fill the position on that team, we may talk about moving that position to other teams or different things like that. What I would say is probably 95% of the time, maybe even more than 95% of the time, we ask to just fill that position on the team that has the vacancy. So I wanted to let you know that that process was followed with the open position that was created when Claudia Martinez on the PRM team resigned, which we are extremely sad to see her go. Just based on where we're at with workload, what we're doing across our agency with working really hard to keep kids with kin-like families and out of foster care, at this time we are not recommending to fill that position on the PRM team. Their workloads are manageable, things are going extremely well, very high functioning team. So with that, that recommendation then went to me, and I took that to our senior leadership team. And what we're seeing across our agency and with the public health emergency is that our economic assistance division is in dire need of extra FTEs. And those FTEs, with where they're at with eligibility techs, they just don't have enough FTEs to manage the workload that they have right now. And what they're going to be facing when the public health emergency ends is, quote unquote, an avalanche of work. So there's been some federal mandates that happened with the public health emergency related to COVID, where families are getting issued the maximum issuance for SNAP and a locked-in report for Medicaid families. And when that ends, which it's supposed to be ending in less than 60 days if it doesn't get extended, is going to be a tremendous amount of work. So I've made the decision to quote unquote gift our FTE from our PRM team down to our economic assistance division to help them with the workload that's coming. Does that mean that the FTE will come back to us at a certain point? It certainly may. And I will give you my assurance that if the PRM team gets into a really difficult workload scenario, that those discussions will be had quickly about how we would help that team out. I'd also just like to let everybody know that historically, the Economic Assistance Division has gifted child welfare in the past, about 3 FTEs, and I really felt that through the value of teamwork that it was our turn, given our situation, it was our turn to repay that. So that is where that FTE is going. I also want to let you know that you will be seeing a posting for a temporary case aide for adolescent support, and this position is coming through discussions that we have had and the data that we have seen with the increase in kind of administrative and clerical type duties in relationship to the independent assessment and the QRTP process. So although that lands a lot on the adolescent team, these are for any adolescent cases that are needing independent assessment and the exhausting amount of time that it takes for placement searches and continued placement searches when we have youth go into these higher levels of care. So we have approved to post for a temporary case aide position to help with some of those duties, and that is should come out hopefully today. And because it's temporary, it does not take up a position on our floor on our organizational chart. It is temporary. We're going to really analyze how we use that position to see if that's something that we need to make a full-time position in the future. All other positions that are open for recruitment have been approved to fill at this point. And if you'd like to know what those are, please just contact me directly. If you'd like to know more about the public health emergency impacts to the Economic Assistance Division, again, please reach out to me directly. We feel like we have done a really good job at looking at the data, speaking with supervisors, and having really good, meaningful conversations with our senior leadership team. And again, I feel very confident that living our values of teamwork and honesty, inclusion, are really alive and well here. So I just wanted to be transparent with all of you about those two positions and the filling of the other positions on the floor. Again, if you've got any questions or concerns, please reach out to me directly, or bring those to your supervisor and manager, and we will get those questions answered for you as quickly as we can. Once again, very proud to be a part of what we're doing here in Mesa County in child welfare, and the impacts that we're having on families on a day-to-day basis. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you around the corner. Bye-bye.